What's up, guys? I'm Dennis Thabizness, and welcome to Black Social TV. Click subscribe as we talk sports, in particular basketball. Now, we're talking none other than the king himself, King LeBron James, or call him King James. Now, the season is about to begin, and we're looking at the possible, obviously, teammates for next season. Now, despite the nightmare of the 37-4-5 season that left LeBron James missing out on the playoffs for the first time since 2005, the LA, or call him the Lakers, are in a good position to acquire another star come this summer. Now, with a budget of about 32.5 million in a projected space profile, the Lakers can afford a max free agent this time round with the number 4 overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft, of course. Now, along with Brandon Ingram, the likes of Lonzo Ball and Kyle, they have enough trade ammunition to go after some of the biggest names in the NBA and on the market as well. Now, I found you some players who can fit alongside King James, and they should be easy this time round. Obviously, I have seen how well he has played and won with dynamic guards like the likes of Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, as well as offensive-minded big men like Chris Bosh and Kevin Love. Looking at Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, who will be this summer's biggest free agents, neither one seems destined to sign with the Lakers and play second fiddle James. Instead, they are looking at players the Lakers have at least a reasonable chance at signing or trading for due to their desire to win, maybe an all land a max contract, all while being okay sharing the court with King James. Now, we are looking hard at how our Lakers superstar big board should stack up, assuming there should be neither Durant nor Leonard that want to hop on board. Now, obviously, we're looking at the guy in red right there. His name is Chris Paul as a point guard. And let's look at how Lakers can pair Chris Paul and King James right there. A trade for Paul using obviously with the LA strikes out on every other player on this list. It should see how much, if there need be, the Rockets want for Paul. Now, ignoring his contract for a moment, Chris Paul with the fifth, the NBA with 8.2 assists per game last season. He was also the only player to average at least 8 assists and 2 steals, and he also put up a 15.6 points per game. The Rockets was 7.4 points per 100 possessions better with him on the court last season, proving the 34-year-old still has few years left. Looking at James and Paul Steele, along with Carmelo Anthony, I beg your pardon, and Dwayne Wade, are long-time friends with King James, famously saying he would sacrifice financially just to play with them. Yeah. Now, if Wade decides to renew and retire, this could finally be their chance. While Anthony and Wade may not have much left this time round, the pairing of James otherwise with Paul should be good for another couple seasons. We are looking at this as James has never played with a passer as gifted as Chris Paul, who will take pressure off him as a playmaker. Now, let's look at the problem, of course, with the Paul's contract. Due over with 124 million US dollars the next 3 seasons, Paul has one of the NBA's most expensive deals. Like, wow. The Lakers will be paying James and Paul a combined 7.9 US million dollars next season alone, with increases each of the following 2 years. Now, the Rockets here, I beg your pardon, shouldn't be expecting much if there need be in return for Paul, and simply trading him into the Lakers cap space would open roughly with a 24 US million dollars for Houston to go shopping with this summer. Now, let's look at the other pairing right here. This would obviously surprise you. We're looking at Jimmy Butler as a guard and forward, and let's look at how Lakers can pair them up. Now, picture the scene. This Lakers signed Butler for 4 year at approximately about 140 million US dollars. Now, James has already had a contract with Butler, of course, who's set to become an restricted free agent in just a few weeks from now. Now, coming off a season in which he averaged with about 18.7 points and 5.3 rebounds, and obviously a 4.0 assists with Minnesota Timberwolves and Philadelphia Sixers, Butler won't turn 30 until September, and obviously is sure to a contract if his share of max offers comes in this summer. Now, after spending his last 8 winters in Chicago, Minneapolis, and Philadelphia, LA likely sounds nice to the guy. Now, a 4-time All-Star, Butler will become the Lakers' new starting shooting guard and see plenty of time at small forward in Los Angeles. Small lineups, of course, also called them the startups. He's still a very good defender, we must say, and could take a lot of pressure off James on that end of the floor. Now, one possible drawback with Butler is his average outstand game, as he's only connected on a 34.1% of his career three-pointers. Now, his 36.8% mark on catch and shoot threes, that is last season, they suggest those numbers could rise alongside James, if only by a marginal amount. Wow. If the Lakers keep Lonzo Ball in their long-term plans, team shooting could still be an issue if Butler is the big freeze and the big free agent surprise right here. Now, allow me look at another pair here that could possibly play with King James this or next season. We're looking at one Klay Thompson right there, and let's look at how Lakers still can pair King James with this guy right here, Klay Thompson. Now, imagine also a sign up of Thompson to a 4-year contract deal at approximately 143 or 44 million deal. This would be a dream scenario for Lakers, like a dream come true for Lakers. And here's the reason why. Put one of the best shooters in the NBA history next to James, who is also a 6'7" elite defender with championship experience, all while weakening your biggest challenger for the ring. Yeah. Now, Thompson is already a 5-time All-Star at the age of just 29 and has never shot under 40.1% from 3 in his 8 professional seasons. No offense to the likes of Allen, but Thompson will be the best pure shooter James has ever shared the court with. What is the problem here? Convincing him to leave the Warriors, because the guy is passionately still there. Now, the Golden State can still offer Thompson 5 years and 196 million US dollars, about an extra of about 60 million US dollars in guaranteed money over and any other team. He would also be leaving one of the most sound front offices in the entire league ever, as to among the worst. You get that statement. Now, let's look at the Warriors' offer to Thompson. Anything less than the max, and the Lakers can at least get a meeting. They can pitch him up on a larger role, more shots here, and the opportunity to snag passes from James. Thompson himself has witnessed firsthand the past 4 years what James is capable of the postseason, and not even the likes of Curry, Steven, or Green Draymond can deliver pinpoint passes the way the 15-time All-Star can. Now, while looking at that, it's unlikely to happen. The Lakers should still go in for this one. Thompson. Let's look at another pair here. This could be a one, obviously, someone guessed it, right? That is Bradley. Look at Bradley Beal as a senior guard right there, and we look at how Lakers can pair them up with King James on court. Now, trade best around the number 4 overall pick, 2 of Lonzo Ball, that is Brandon and Ingram, then Kyle Kuzma and Josh Hart. Beal, that is Bradley, I must say, gets I beg your pardon, let me sip on water on that one. Beal gets the slight nod over Thompson, given he's a better playmaker, Now, when I say better playmaker, I mean the career high of about 5.5 assists in the 2018-2019, 4 years younger, at about 25 years of age. Trading for Beal means giving up assets, but also gives the Lakers cap space to go chasing a third star in free agency as well. Now, we're looking at also this natural two guard. Bill can play on and off the ball as he shoots or as he playmakes next to James. He's 25.6 points per game, tied to Kemba Walker for the 12th overall in the league. Obviously, can make a difference here. Who do we have here? We just talked about Kemba, and I have no doubt here to bring him for you. Kemba Walker as a point guard, and how Lakers can pair them up with King James at obviously the same budget of 142 million US dollars deal. Now, a James Walker pairing could have happened in the Cleveland as the Cavaliers were willing to trade the number 8 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft if James would have resigned right there. Now, the Lakers have a chance to acquire the likes of Walker here without having to give up anything. I mean, anything. None of the assets right there. Yeah. So, looking at that this time round, stringly, similar to Kyrie Irving, Walker would give James a high-scoring sidekick. Yeah, a high-scoring sidekick. Just imagine that pair from the point guard position. Now, the 29-year-old is coming off all NBA third-team honors, following a 25.6 point, a 5.9 assists, and a 4.4 rebound season at that. Let's look at the pair here that we do have, and this will be a surprise to many. Yep, the guy is Irving, point guard. That is our Kyrie right there, and we're looking at still the same budget of 140.6 million US dollars roughly. Now, Irving leaving the Celtics to re-up with James seemed impossible less than a year ago. But not so much this time around, with Boston among the league's most disappointing teams this season, combined with Irving's call to apologize to King James. The door for the two to reunite appears a little bit cracked open. We're looking at the 3 years together, which was never enough, as the two went to 3 finals, winning 1 and could have won 2. And having been healthy in 2015, but I remember that time he was a little bit injured, so he couldn't make it up to his game. Now, the two remain the only teammates to each score 40 points or more in a finals game. At just 27, Irving seems far more ready to keep or to accept the responsibilities that come with playing alongside King James. I mean, his game is also a perfect fit for the bright lights of the Staples Center, as Irving's ball handling ability remains second to none. He's grown both as a passer, looking at his career high of about 6.9 assists this season, and as a defender. His 2 biggest weaknesses as a point guard, while in Cleveland, you all know if you're a basketball fan right there. Now, with the two already being spotted hanging out in LA together, James Irving reunion should be at the top of the Lakers list that come next season. Now, the most feared, I would call this the most feared pair in NBA, that is Anthony Davis and King James. Now we're looking at how best the Lakers coach can pair Anthony to King James. Obviously, it's easy to forget just how dominant Davis was becoming last season before his trade request. In his first 41 games, Anthony Davis was averaging an eye-popping 29.3 points with about 13.3 rebounds, with 4.4 assists, 2.6 blocks, and 1.7 steals at that. This was all before turning 26 years of age. As good as Irving, Walker, Beal, Thompson, and others that you will be discussed right here would be alongside James. None come close to the superstar status of a healthy, motivated Davis. Now put James and Davis together on the floor and on the ring, Believe me, you'll sprinkle in a few shooters for some good measure, and that's the foundation of a team that could go deep in the playoffs and they would make obviously history. Now, while the Lakers would wait one more year and simply sign Davis, that would mean James waiting until the age of 36 for his next serious title run and running the risk, the fact that Davis would fall in love with whatever team ends up trading for him right now. Now, with the basketball fans right there, you had it. Those are the possible pairs that Lakers would trade next to King James come next season. Remember to click subscribe and keep posted right here for the biggest stories around the world on Black Social TV. I'm Dennis Thabizness. Thanks for watching.